Snag Proof sponsor me. Snag Proof Phat frog, straight out of the package. First fish, not a bad one. I'll take it. Give it a kiss. Three fish deep and a little bit of scuff, but that's just a given from a frog. Even mine that's 7 years old still has a little bit of paint, but it's definitely been through the war. So that's no big deal to me. Frogs over time do get completely destroyed. But coming into this video, making this video with this bait, I didn't have a lot of high hopes. Just surely because of it being a snag proof. Like I said, I've never liked snag proof. A lot of people like snag proof, so I might get a bunch of hate, but you know, everyone's entitled to their opinion. Stop eating the grass, stop it. Dang vegetarian dog. 2 for 1 right now. Little guy, but I'll take it. But if you're a long time subscriber and you watch a lot of my frog fishing videos, I've been throwing the same frog for a long time. Very, very long time. I've been tried and true to the same frog company my entire life. I'm the type of guys, when I find a good bait that I like, I stick to it. And when I saw this at Icast, I was like, you know what? I gotta try it. I've never been a big snag proof fan because of the issues I've had with snag proofs in the past. But when I saw this one, I was like, you know what? I'll do a video and I'll be 100% honest. And so far, like every frog, every new bait that comes out and stuff like that, that of course has had years of prototyping and everything, it's definitely a lot softer than the typical snag proof. It definitely has a wider body than a typical snag proof. It has ups and downs. So far, like I said, I'm 2 for 1. So the hookup ratio isn't all that bad, especially where I'm at right now, this lake. They have not been eating the frog all that well. So that's kind of a plus. As you can tell, they haven't been choking the frog. They've just been kind of grabbing it like that. So that's a plus and stuff like that. The design of the frog is extremely realistic. It's the perch one. It's, like I say, extremely soft, but I'm having to squeeze my frog pretty much every cast because it's prone to taking on a lot of water. So I didn't have that issue with my previous frog. Like I said, I've been throwing the same frog my entire life, same frog company my entire life, but I've been throwing the same frog for 7 years. And that is a long time to have a frog. And you guys have seen it, I've showed you guys. I'm not pulling your leg or anything. It's just a bait that I found that works and I have a lot of confidence in. It's caught a lot of fish. So like I said, I saw this and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try it, see if we can do a video out of it. But there's a lot of tweaking that's gonna have to be done to this frog for it to kind of come in my top 4 frogs. Granted, first, second, and third are the same frog, just different variants and modifications that I've done to it. Not being paint or hardware, but really bulletproofing the frog. And that's why I've been able to get 7 years out of this frog. This is definitely going to be one that's going to need to be quote-unquote bulletproof because it's sinking, it's taking on a lot of water, as you can tell. I do like a soft frog, but you could technically make any frog soft. You really can. I forgot to squeeze the frog that time. Overall, this is like if you're gonna be throwing this frog on like a mat, you'll have no problem. Oh, and here come the bugs. You'll have no problem having this, this thing float on top of the mats, of course, because it's not making direct contact with the water. But I'm fishing right now in a lot of sparse grass, and it's angel hair grass or spaghetti grass, depending on where you're from for it. It's real bladed grass. That's a good one. It's a real thin bladed grass. Get in here. So like I was saying, it's a real thin bladed grass, so your frog isn't making direct contact with the mat. You're going in and out of it. So this frog is sinking in between. It walks pretty good, so I'll give it that. But like I said, my top 3 frogs are all the same frogs, just different styles of the frog. And I already have a walking frog. So, but this one is definitely showing to be a good frog. So far, so good. Hooks on it are pretty good too. That ain't a bad one. 3 fish deep and a little bit of scuff, but that's just a given from a frog. Even mine that's 7 years old still has a little bit of paint, but it's definitely been through the war. So that's no big deal to me. Frogs over time do get completely destroyed. But coming into this video, making this video with this bait, I didn't have a lot of high hopes. Just surely because of it being a snag proof. Like I said, I've never liked snag proof. A lot of people like snag proof, so I might get a bunch of hate, but everyone's entitled to their opinion. But I'm gonna stay optimistic with this frog. I'm gonna give it 110% of a full send basically. And if it's tried and true and it starts getting me some good fish, even numbers and stuff like that I'm gonna take, but it's gonna need some modifications. Every frog does after a while of using it. And then you get some frogs straight out of the box absolute suck. Actually, rephrase that. One frog that I have thrown for a year straight out of the box did not need any bulletproofing, any modifications, and that was actually a Terminator. I was really surprised with that because that thing walked like a son of a gun. It had a great hookup ratio because that ass end sunk into the water extremely well. But overall, that's been like the one frog out of the package that I've not had to modify or quote-unquote bulletproof. The frog walks really easy. I'm not having to really rip my rod, twitch it hard to get it actually to walk. So it's a pretty effortless walking frog. Even through the grass, it's walking pretty well. intrusive problem that it's having is definitely going to be a must fix. So if this turned out to be a really good frog, I'll have to definitely do some modifications if I'm going to keep it around. Oh goodness, that one came completely out of the water for it too. That ain't a bad one. That's the biggest one yet, I want to say. That. That ain't a bad one. It came right out. I'll take it. And there we go. Alright, so the hardware came out of this bait. That's what I'm really worried about, because it actually has a rubber sleeve over where the hook and the line tie meet. And from my experience of other baits having that coming in and out a few times rips the butthole of the frog, if you would say. And it causes a lot of water to get in. Oh, I had a big wake. Oh, it came off. Big wake, little fish. But if we get in there, if you guys midget fish on top water, you have about a 3 to 5 second period where you have a chance for that fish to come back. Decent little bit of a bubble trail, and you guys probably won't be able to hear it, but there's a faint little kind of noise happening, so that's pretty good off of a non-kicking tail frog or popping frog for it to put off a wake like that. Snag Proof sponsor me. Harper, you gonna lip this one for me? You're gonna try, ain't you? And if you're curious, and if you're, stop it, really. Give a kiss. Okay, good. And if you're curious about the rod and reel that I am using, it will be linked in the description. And if you are interested in buying, use code FREY at checkout to get your summer started off with a bang. Even though we're almost like halfway through summer, you can still get your summer started off with a bang. And this one is a 7.6 loose custom speed stick. 7.6 heavy, fast action. All around, it's a decent rod for bigger topwaters, frogs, punching, 3/4 ounce jigs, ounce and a quarter, even 3/4 ounce spinner baits. Any form of a light swim bait up to an ounce and a quarter, I would say. About the max life throw on it. Overall, it's a decent rod, and then the reel is a loose custom. It's a really, really nice, small, low-profile reel. 65-pound P-line braid, also linked down there. Fit a lot of line on here. I'm able to cast almost all the way to the bank and not have a single problem with running low on line. So that's always a plus. And especially, because I mean, I was throwing, when I was pre-fishing on the Delta, I think I was pre-fishing like 4 days straight, and then, so basically 5 days straight, including the tournament, and I was throwing a frog all day. And trying different rods and stuff like that and reels to find the right balanced rod took me a while. And it actually, having too unbalanced of a rod or too heavy of a rod was actually making my rotator cuff extremely sore, and my hands sore, my wrists sore from having to twitch it so much, and all that stuff like that that goes along with that. And then once I got picked up by a lose, that all changed. I was able to go out there and throw a frog 5 days straight and not have a single issue. And right now, you guys have seen this video, and I'm 4 days in a row of fishing, so I'm having no problem right here. The Snag Proof definitely carries the name. But overall, ain't a bad frog. I'm gonna go home tonight and I'm gonna modify it to make it a bulletproof frog. so I could use it for many years and not have to go out and spend money every time I catch a fish, and unfortunately it just like disintegrates or whatever, or gets a bunch of holes in it. Depending also on your fish too, depending on how many teeth they got. Yeah. Well, anyways, thank you guys for tuning in this episode of the Freight Experience. If you like these videos, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe so you can follow the journey of these cringy YouTube videos.